So you have a black Instagram influencer, Promise Israel. She's checking the white coaches for allowing their black players to show up to the game in pajama pants and bonnets on their head, right?
Y'all love want to say, well, we don't have to meet the beauty standards of white people. This has nothing to do with white people. Why is it normal in your head to think that you can show up and be successful on any level doing anything and you got on sleep attire? You went to sleep in that last night. Snatch them pajamas and them bonnets up off those kids' head. I look up, the young lady, she got on a jersey, but then she got on pajama bottoms, but she on the court like she finna play in the volleyball game. So I asked the coach, hey coach, is this young lady playing? And the reason I'm asking is because why does she have on pajamas? This young black girl, the only one in here with pajamas on the court. All of this is inappropriate to me.
Very unacceptable. So, and as the only other black player on the court, she's feeling embarrassment and she's looking to the coach for some help to check this situation. Why is y'all allowing this? So I get it, but peep where I'm going. Let's finish the rest of this.
The coach white, and see that's the thing. Coach ain't looking at it like nothing. I don't know why white coaches and white leaders can't see how I don't know, maybe they can. Maybe they just don't feel comfortable saying nothing to your kid because they don't care nothing about your kid. But if she had a black coach, if that black girl had a black coach, those pajamas never would have been on the court. If she would have been my player, she wouldn't have been able to walk on the bus with those pajama pants on.
There's no guarantee of that. There's no guarantee that a black coach would have stopped this, because you know why? The black parents are the ones that allowed their kids to come to practice like this. You dig what I'm saying? If she was your player, then you might have stopped it. So come on, we got to talk to the other black parents here.
Them bonnets and them pajamas and them slides, that's going to keep a lot of black athletes at a very low level of being respected. I didn't even think that young lady was playing. And I was disturbed when the coach said that she was playing, and that young lady out there looking total opposite of what everybody else looking, and she's black. And y'all talking about y'all are coaches and y'all are leaders and y'all not even making these girls look at life in a more successful way. That's not success. That's not success. If your players and stuff showing up with night clothes on, they didn't get up and even take a bath.
So you trying to tell me that it's the white coach's fault that these young black ladies came to practice and they ain't take a bath and they still in their pajama pants and bonnets and this, that, and other? How do you blame? Why are you not blaming the black parents? What black mother, besides a ratchet one, would allow their child to walk out the house like this? I know you don't like it, but it is what it is. We got a place to blame where it is. Why would a white person say something about this? They already know that black folk are probably going to respond aggressively to authority, especially white authority, right? Given that all the systematic racism we done been through the years, we can't systematically fight it back, but we can cuss you out though. That's the one thing we can get off our chest. So they know that. So you expect them to then check this young lady for wearing a bonnet and pajamas? Some coaches might do it, but you expect them to put themselves in that situation and risk getting cussed out because their parent, their black parent, did not check that situation at home? That's ridiculous. Why are we not talking to the mother that helped her put that bonnet on before she came out the house and saw that she was wearing pajama pants and sent her to school in it? This is ridiculous. We got to talk with our people, man. We got to talk to our people. Come on. Listen, Promise. I love you. You do some great videos. I love your content. I think you missed the mark on this one, though. And I get it. Like, the coaches oftentimes become like a last line of defense. Like, they are father figures and mother figures in the community, because if stuff is going on at home that ain't right, oftentimes the coaches will garner and gather that type of respect from students because they command it. You know what I'm saying? And they can tell you, take this off or take that off. But a white coach, to put a white coach in this type of predicament is iffy. To put any other type, even a woman coach, right? Because if it's a white coach, it's going to be met with combativeness by the parents, right? If it's a black coach, let's say it's me, right? A black male coach is going to be met with combativeness. You know why? Because it's a woman that I'm telling this. It's a young lady that I'm telling, take off that bonnet and, go change the pajamas. Why would you come to the court like that? And then I'm going to have to deal with her mama, her black mama, that's going to go off on me. Who you talking to? This, that, and other. Even if it was promised Israel as the coach, as a black woman, and you telling that young black lady, go take that off, that's unacceptable. I bet you're going to have a problem with that black mother, that ratchet black mother, who's going to disagree with you and see nothing wrong with the bonnet that her daughter is wearing, right? And she's going to challenge you as a black coach and probably going to challenge you in front of everybody. Because what do we know about our women? Unfortunate to say, but women in general, but especially our women, it's hard to tell them anything. Ladies, when you kind of go against the grain, meaning you say something to other women that most men would agree with, and it's against what most women, most feminist women think, what do they call you? A pick-me? And they go off on you. The sisterhood is dismantled. They don't want to hear it from you either as a woman. You dig what I'm saying? Because you don't agree with their ratchetness. When they kids come to school and act a fool, I'm talking about kids come to school and totally act a nut. You know the response that most teachers get when they reach out to the parents for help? They get ratchetness. They get ratchetness in the return. Well, what you talking to my child for? My child, you don't talk to my child. You don't discipline my child and tell my child to do nothing, this, that, and the other. They ain't did nothing wrong. Well, what you did to make them talk to you like that? The parent automatically take the child's side, knowing their child is wrong as two left shoes. So then you're asking a white coach to insert themselves into some business like this. Something they ain't, what black folk gonna say, this is something you ain't got no business talking about. Right? Because it's gonna look a certain way, that white coach telling that black student, take that bonnet off and this, that, and the other. Don't let them have a slip of the tongue, because we know some of y'all white folk secretly feel some type of way. Some of y'all ain't got our best interest at hand. So, you might, in telling them to take that bonnet off, you might let some might slip. It might come out the wrong way. You know how y'all got them little slick tongues, It looks ghetto. You gonna say something slick, you know what I'm saying? Then the black folk on the sideline gonna be the jumped on you, you out of a job. So it is what it is. And some of y'all got slick tongues that's out of pocket. That's, that it shouldn't be tolerated, and it's not gonna be tolerated. But I'm not talking about the slick tongue ones right here. I'm talking about an example where if you had an upstanding white coach who was just trying to come to work and do their job and inspire and win and coach their kids the right way and put principles into their kids, when they are asking for, they biting off more than they can chew by inserting themselves into this situation. So I'm going to say many white coaches are probably just going to overlook it and try to act like they don't see it. Because if they say something, it's going to be a problem. Because like I said before, if anybody says something, it's going to be a problem. It's just like this internet when y'all watch people, you can't tell women nothing. When you just say simple stuff that requires etiquette, like, hey, ladies, you don't have to twerk at everything you're doing, right? It's not necessary to, it's met with combativeness. I did a video years ago where men were did an event. They were dressing up, in suits. Them and their sons, men and their sons, were dressing up in suits, and they were going out doing charity, helping the homeless, passing out food, this, that, and the other. There were so many women. This was black men. There were so many women, namely black women, who got upset over this. They were mad at black men in suits. That situation was met with combativeness from our black women. So imagine us as a man trying to tell a black woman anything. You see how it goes on this internet. You see how it goes for black women. Because just basically, some of them, not all, but some of them obviously have a great disdain for us. So it's going to be, the ratchet mind and the logical mind are just not going to meet. Not very well. You dig what I'm saying? They're probably never going to agree. When you take the ratchet and you take people that are trying not to always be ratchet, we all got some ratchet in us, right? But, we're trying to be professional, get our professional on. We're trying to, do not carry ourselves in a certain way. We want some respect on our name. We don't just want to be out here looking like anything and doing anything. We care about the way we are viewed. We care about the way our families is viewed. We care about the way that we raise our kids. It's a certain standard that we're setting. People with those type of aspirations often clash with the mindsets of people with ratchet aspirations. People who think it's cool to smoke and then pass they baby the blunt. You dig what I'm saying? People who think it's cool to twerk and teach their baby how to twerk. People who think it's cool to hold guns in the video and pass the gun to his young son to hold guns in the video. Often these type of mindsets are going to clash. We're never going to agree. And a lot of it is because they're young, right? So we got to give them some time to grow up and mature in their mind and figure out some of the stuff that they're doing is wrong. But you can't really, they're not really, it's going to be 1,000 times harder for them to mature and get better or change their mindset if you're receiving this type of teaching in the home. If the parents are at home passing ratchetness down from generation to generation, then ratchetness is what we're going to get. It's just like when you talk about racism, how I discuss with white families. White families, y'all know, racism is a learned behavior. Them kids just don't come out just automatically being racist. Y'all teach that to the kids, some of y'all. And the kids carry that on from generations. Just like this last teacher who sung that song to the black student, the happy birthday song, and called him a monkey, and you look like you live in a zoo and all of this, and you look like a monkey and you smell like one too. You know what I'm saying? She sung that song where he looked like he was the only black child in the classroom full of white students. That was a teaching moment that she was doing for them other white students, them other white kids. She was teaching them a moment of disrespect, how to disregard and belittle a black person right to their face. She was sowing a seed of racism as we watched it. And this is what a lot of people do. So we got to get back to addressing our own. And we still going to address our own people and our own folk, no matter what. How mad they get at us, I'm going to still talk about it. Like the bonnets and the pajamas, y'all, it's come on. We got to cut it out, man. Got to cut it out, especially when you're allowing your kids to operate in this manner. Like, I would expect that the grown women would have more respect for themselves than to get so used to coming out like this, But whatever. I guess if y'all want to look like that, cool. But, if you want to look like that and post yourself on the internet, you can't be that mad when people respond to it and have a difference of opinion. It is what it is. People all the time have differences of opinion of what I speak on my videos, and it is what it is. It may irritate me, but they're entitled to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we got to check our own. Black parents, y'all got to be held responsible for sending y'all kids out like this, and then realize the difficult situation that you're putting other people in to have to check this. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, many women don't respond well to criticism. They don't respond well to women criticizing them. When women, y'all tell these women anything, the first thing they call you, if it sounds like something that a man would agree with, first thing they call you is a pick-me. You dig what I'm saying? So, we know the type of response we're getting, but we still need to talk to them. And I'm just going to say in this case, it's better for us to direct our attention to our black parents rather than this white coach. But it's your boy P. Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.